I'm back again with another analysis, this time on Ethereum. I've had analysis a few days ago, just about 1 week ago, and this is going to be an update. So I will cover what I've discussed on that analysis, but I put the link to that analysis also in the descriptions. So if you're interested, you can also take a look at that. But let's jump into the news first. The news is saying that Ethereum branded a security in NY Attorney General's KuCoin lawsuit. So, okay, very good news for Ethereum. This has been labeled as security during the NY Attorney General lawsuit against KuCoin. So it was about KuCoin, which is one of the most powerful cryptocurrencies. But uh, on that in that lawsuit, Ethereum actually has been labeled as a security. Their reasoning is that Ethereum developers stand to profit from upward price movement. So this is so promising for Ethereum. Let's jump into the chart. And as you know, this is going to be an educative content, technical analysis via price action method. As always, I'm doing so. I start with completely empty clean chart. I will try utilize technical analysis tools to analyze this chart. So first thing first, I really want to know how much was the correction of these in the weekly zone, just to have a better understanding of the history. So I can see after this very powerful impulsive few years ago on Ethereum, it has been corrected itself up to 78 percentage. And so I can get rid of these and I can label this area. I can also extend it to these, but let's just label this area as a very important support zone. So this is going to be 78 percentage. And also in the previous analysis, we counted that, okay, this is an obvious ABC as well. And after this ABC, we are going to see some sort of a range market here. I'm not going to jump into these details. Again, if you are interested, you can watch the previous analysis. So that's enough for the daily chart, weekly chart. Let's jump into the daily chart. Let's zoom out a little bit to have a better view of this range market here. So I can see I had some sort of triple bottom here. Again, price at least two times more, just reach out to this level again and pump and bounced up. I also recognize this level as the very important level as my resistance zone. I know I have had some sort of a fake out here, but I'm not interested to look at that because I'm seeing that this is really a powerful uh, zone. That price would not be successful to break it, even if it was one time in 2022, it actually was not successful and returned back. As you can see, it created a fake out. So you can see that also prior to that, it was used to also uh, be act as a support zone. So you can see how polarity principle kicked in. It's to break out, worked as resistance, and now it has been remained resistance until price is lower than this point. So let me extend this level as well, and hopefully I can. Okay, good. So let me zoom in a little bit. I'm not going to discuss about what I've discussed in the previous analysis again and again, link in the description. I've talked about this rising wedge previous time that we have had this range market between these two levels, very important and a strong weekly ones. And now I can see that this rising wedge just created when it reached out to the top of this level And in the previous analysis, we actually found out a breakout to these. Now I can jump out to the hourly chart. So this was the point of the previous analysis that we were talking about. We were in this correction, so I will label it as previous analysis here. So here I talked about actually two targets as the as a short-term conclusion. So I was expecting, because of the divergence we saw, because of the rising wedge, very important resistance zone, a lot of signals that we talked about, we were expecting to just continuing the momentum to downside. So that this was the first target to this level we discussed, and the second target somewhere around exactly this point. And if I go back to the daily, you can see, if I just reset the view, you can see this is a very important also zone as well. So price just reacted to this. I can extend it to these levels, but it is not really necessary. We already know that this is an important intermediate zone as well here in the from the daily perspective, and you can see that we reached to the second target, but I was also talking about the midterm, that I was expecting that we reach out to this point, because we reached that resistance level, and now we're expecting the continuation of this momentum. However, after reaching this second point, we see that that very positive news just kicked in, and very positive 3 days we experienced on Ethereum. Okay, today it is not moving as that much fast. This is something that we are going to talk about um, here as an update. So let's get rid of these things. We have new information. So far, the price just bounced from this support zone, and now we are going to see a shorter channel, something like that here. And let's just try to understand what is going on. If I jump into the weekly hour, as long as you get closer to the current price, you would like to just jump into the lower time frame in order to see a bit more details, to actually have a better understanding of the current situation. That is what we always do. What I'm saying is, I can see that some sort of five waves to the top after these. Let me bring up MACD. I cannot see anything in this hourly. Let's jump into 1 hour. I can see sort of divergence here as well, not fully, because yeah, price made a higher high. Also, it seems to be almost a higher high, so it is not a divergence, but it was not as powerful as this final actually wave. Also, I'm seeing some sort of a range closing to this resistance zone. Very, very fast movement according to the previous one. You know that we are actually looking at this with price action method. That's why we don't usually use this in any indicator, and this MACD is just for confirmation. Sometimes we use it. So in comparison to the previous momentums, you can see that this uptrend is so fast. Again, we know the reason, that news. But I'm feeling out that this doesn't have that much of a power, because, as I said, it was so fast, and as long as it gets closer to this resistance zone, after creating a 5 impulsive wave, minute waves of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm seeing that it doesn't have that much of a power. So I always come with three conclusions. As the short term, I'm expecting that this, even if it reaches just one wave or two waves more up to that level, we are going to see some sort of a correction to this impulsive. This is my short-term conclusion. Uh, the reason is that, as I said, I'm not seeing that much firepower for the continuation of this momentum. Let's go back to the daily. to the 4 hour. So this correction can be about 50% to the same structure. But for the midterm, I would just come up with two scenarios. But I will stick to one of them more. Another, the one that you might be expecting after seeing that news, that it is going to continue its momentum. Okay, this was the first wave, so we are going to see some sort of a correction now, more powerful third wave here to the breakout, to break out this resistance zone. That's one scenario. Another scenario is that it is going to continue coming back to this level, just returning to where it was in the beginning. And also, I can say that in the midterm, in this case, we are going to have the same conclusion as we had in the previous analysis, to coming back to this as a little bit of a more long term. So if I shrink this, so we are still saying that this is going to be some sort of uh, flat, or double double combo flat, or triple combo flat. Um, we can argue about that, but that is not something that really can help us, because we first need to see what is going on here. Um, um, on this resistance zone, I mean, then we can talk about those waves. Today is not finished. What it has been created here, many hours left to be done for this candle. Really, it is soon to talk about it, but I'm seeing some sort of hammer or doji candle that is also indicating on daily that yeah, this uptrend is not to be continued. So this short term is still valid, even if it might have some sort of jump to the upper one, the upper, I mean, another wave. Um, so about these two scenarios, so we discussed about this in the previous scenario, in the previous analysis, sorry, that price might jump back. I'm seeing this as a valid scenario. But about this continuation of this momentum, this is something that we can discuss. If we just zoom out a little bit, just back to the weekly, as I said, we are seeing some sort of correction to 78 percentage. We need to call it out that this level was the 78 percentage of Fibonacci retracement level, which is a very huge actually correction. And the reason that we have seen a very long range market is that yes, price really don't like to move to continue its momentum as the next impulsive wave to top, because 78% is a very huge correction. We should actually consider this in our analysis, that yeah, it created a very powerful support zone here, but also, as you can see, several times tried to break this resistance zone as well, and it was not successful. And we're reaching to the same place again with not much of that power. Um, and probably we are going to see some sort of reversal. So I cannot really be so promising about these, because as I'm saying, price is still moving along this zone, and there is not much of uh, hope that it can at the moment just reverse from and continue the momentum. But it is a possible scenario. If we want to focus on this breakout in the future, I usually expect that this some sort of back to the same level, create some sort of double bottom to prepare itself for a breakout. Now it is going to be much more powerful, because it is going to prove that yes, I'm not going to reach out to this level again after reaching the resistance, not like the previous times, like here, and like here. So this time I have found another step just above this as a help to now continue. So it might be the start of the next impulsive weekly as the long term, in case of a reversal from this. So then it might be promising if we want to just think about buying these sometime. Again, because I talked about buying, this is purely educational content. I'm not actually providing any signal. Seriously, don't take this straight. But I just want to show you how we can analyze it utilizing technical analysis with price action method, and just try to look at the price and ask the price, okay, what do you think? Then we will get some sort of understanding. Anyhow, as the final conclusion, we talked about just again a short term. I'm expecting some sort of reversal as a correction of this wave, simply as that. Um, the midterm, I'm still expecting a continuation to this level, even so far, according to the previous analysis, this zone. But a new possible after this news, a new possible scenario is that after reaching this level, then it might be a beginning of, if we count it as a first wave, some sort of a flat or side wave correction here. Let me just get rid of these to show you what I mean in that case. Really not fan of messing chart up. So if I want to say that this is going to be the first wave, this is going to be the second wave. I'm seeing some sort of okay, expanded triangle or flat or anything you call it, because I'm also uh, let's just 3, 4, 5. Also, as I said, expecting to be see something like that. So it is going to be some sort of a flat or anything you call it, but it will be a side wave correction as a second wave. So let me just clarify this. It will be a sideways correction, and after that, seeing these reaching out to this level, bouncing up, then it might be the case that we are going to see in the start of this next rally on Ethereum. Um, as a third way. And if it can actually break this, of course, in the long term, we will see some sort of correction and retest to the previous structure. But just I wanted to, as an update, this is the new information in this analysis that this might be possible if it proves that it is not interested to come back to this lower uh, the bottom actually part of this whole channel, that it has been played around for a long time. So after it proves that, we might see this as a new update. So thank you for watching. You can find other analysis in my YouTube channel. All my streams have been recorded there. Also, if you have any question about what I'm sharing with you here, I have a Discord server. You can join there, ask your questions there. Also, feel free to put comments. I always will be grateful to see your feedbacks. So until next analysis, thank you for watching and have a nice day.